Hi, and welcome to your first flute lesson. Today, before we open up our flute cases, we're going to work on forming and using a flute embouchure, which is just a fancy French word for the way you use your mouth when you play a wind instrument. It's helpful to remain physically aware of how you're using your body as you gradually form these new flute playing habits. So I want you to always take your time and be thoughtful as you go. We're going to start with a relaxed face. So your cheeks, your jaw, the tongue inside your mouth, everything is soft and relaxed. Then there's going to be a little bit of a space between your back teeth, kind of like when you say ah. And I want your tongue to remain flat and relaxed in the bottom of your mouth. From now on, I'm going to call this neutral flute face, and this is the foundation of all flute playing. From here, we'll purse the center of our lips slightly forward, kind of like when you say ooh. In fact, let's practice that together a couple times. Ooh. From the side. Ooh. So it's just like a little bit of a pucker, right? Now notice also as you're doing that little subtle pucker how it's really the center of the lips that are choosing where everything goes. And your cheeks, the corners of your mouth, everything out here just follows. It comes forward a little bit as well in a relaxed way because it's all connected. This is your embouchure. Now we're going to use the embouchure to practice changing the direction of the airstream. And this is your bread and butter on flute. This is how we produce all of our sounds. So first, we're going to start from neutral flute face, relaxed jaw, a little bit of space back here, ah, relaxed tongue. Throat is relaxed as well, like you just yawned. So everything is relaxed. I cannot stress this enough. And then you're going to form your embouchure by puckering forward ever so slightly. And I want you to just blow nice, steady, generous, fast air with that neutral flute face and the embouchure formed by puckering slightly. I want you to just blow nice, generous air on the palm of your hand. Just get used to how that feels. So everything is relaxed, but you can still use fast air, right? Now we're going to get more specific. You're going to place the hand again in front of your face, and now you're going to use that embouchure to blow up and down in a straight line from your wrist to your fingertips and back down again. You can practice with me, and I'll show you from a couple angles. So let's do this together a few times. So here's me slightly off to the side here. I'm going to blow with a relaxed face and my flute embouchure, nice steady fast air from my wrist to my fingertips, back down to my wrist again. Here's me completely from the side. And I'll take my hand away. Here's me from the front. So you'll notice that your jaw changes positions in order to follow where the center of your lips lead it. To blow up towards your fingertips, your bottom jaw is coming forward and your lips are forming maybe a slightly more elongated ooh shape, right? That when you start to blow back down towards your wrist, now your bottom jaw is dropping, and as it drops down, it pivots back just a little bit. And the top lip then has a chance to take over and make a little bit of a hood to point that air lower towards your wrist. When you're doing that, you should also feel that the inside of your mouth is making kind of an exaggerated ah shape. So your homework for the next few days is to practice these things. I want you to purse your lips forward 10 times per day, starting from your neutral flute face. And I want you to blow up and down on your hand using your new embouchure 10 times per day, just like we just did. Now, I've got a couple final thoughts as you work on developing these habits. Your jaw should not hurt. Your mouth should not hurt. Our mouths don't get tired because everything is relaxed when we play the flute, and you're using the bare minimum of motion to get the changes that you need. So playing the flute is like talking. When you're talking, your jaw doesn't lock, nothing feels tight and rigid. Your mouth naturally moves in a fluid and flexible way. And it will be the same when you play the flute. So make sure to practice your puckering and blowing up and down on your hand 10 times a day. And when these motions start to feel natural, I'll see you over in the next video where we'll start to make our first sounds on the head joint.